Hello, gentle viewers. I am Jess. I hope you all are cozy and in a nice spot because I want to talk about burnout, more specifically of the school variety. For context, I have been a high performing student since elementary, so I know a thing or two about burnout in this category. Ooh, that rhymed. Oh my gosh. Okay. Personally, I've been burnt out for the past 2 years in the pandemic and have finally been finding my footing again. And I wanted to share some tips on how I personally have dealt with burnout and learning to be more productive in a healthier manner. So let's begin with my first tip, having a realistic routine. Uh, this tip has helped me greatly in getting through burnout after a long amount of time. A couple months back, I started an easy exercise routine I could do for less than 15 minutes, 3 days a week. I've since made it harder for myself, but that's after improving slowly. Remember, do not put pressure on yourself. Yes, it is important to try to stick to your routine, but it's not the end of the world if you miss a day or two, or even a few weeks. Just remember that you will get back to it one day. You need to make sure of that. I think I went almost a month without exercising before I got back into it. Baby steps are key. Do what works for you. And hey, it doesn't have to be exercise. For you, it could be cooking or art or what have you. Just make something a regular routine that you don't hate. And that leads to my second point. Tip number 2. Try not to hate what you do. I know it's a popular thing to call school HE double hockey sticks and rant about how stupid it all is, and I've fallen into that trap too. But for me, it never really helped me and just kind of demotivated me. When I hated school but still tried to get good grades, it just sucked. Although there are downsides to it, romanticizing your school life actually does help. Okay, maybe not romanticize, but actually try to find something you like in it. Yes, math sucks sometimes, and there aren't a lot of good math teachers out there. Like, I'm privileged enough to have had a pretty good algebra teacher that made me really enjoy the subject. We don't talk about geometry. So, I know that not everyone gets to have that. Heck, I know some of my classmates don't like the same algebra teacher. People have different preferences in teachers, but do know that it shouldn't have to affect your perception of a subject. Will it be important information in the future? No, probably not. So try not to stress out. Take deep breaths and try your best. When you overwhelm yourself and call yourself stupid, it's not very motivating to learn. You don't have to think you're a genius to maybe enjoy or at least tolerate school. You just have to know that it's really not that big a deal when you grow up. Just take a breather and understand that being negative about everything just makes you kind of feel terrible. I don't love school or everything I do at school, but I don't necessarily hate it either. Take a step back, reflect, find something you like. Not because it would look good on a college application, but because you genuinely enjoy it. I'm personally a part of the student government at my school because I really do want to make changes for my school and organize school events that I think are really cool. This is something I actually like and enjoy. So go find something to make school worthwhile. Tip number 3 is very important for the previous ones to work. Be nice to yourself. As I stated before, calling yourself stupid and unable to do things properly isn't going to make you better or smarter. It just makes everything feel worse. Faux confidence and an annoying level of it is leagues better than self-hate. Now, self-hate is a hard hole to crawl out of. I know. I'm still dealing with it myself. I know it sounds hard and everyone says it so much that it's getting annoying. What changing your mindset to a more positive one actually does work. It doesn't erase the old feelings, but it helps mend how you see them. For example, I am a terrible public speaker, and by public, I mean talking to any stranger ever. And I've hated that fact about myself for the longest time. How I dealt with it is finding other people who aren't going to be mean to you about it or insult you on it. Finding other people who are nice to you will make you way more inclined to be nice to yourself. I've been working on it a lot more, and I try to block out any overthinking I usually do and just say what I need to say. It works most of the time, but when I slip up or say something dumb or stupid, I stop being mean to myself about it and use it as a learning tool. I said something dumb while trying to buy something from someone? Well, now I know how their shop works, and I'll know what to do next time I go. Seriously, being nice and considerate to yourself is the best thing you can do for your mental health when you're just starting to get better. Tip number 4. Perfection isn't the goal. As I mentioned before, be nice to yourself. That means that you need to accept that not everything you do needs to be perfect. I once flunked a quiz in geometry and was so worried about my grade despite doing well in other parts of the subject. The worry and guilt from that one quiz was all for naught because I still ended up getting an A minus. Now, not everyone is going to flunk a quiz and still end up with an A minus, but thinking that you need to do everything to the umpth degree is just unrealistic. You can not focus all your energy on every single project and assignment. It is just not feasible and unsustainable. Know when to stop, know when to move on. Can't tell you how to know when you've worked hard enough on something. You just have to figure that one out on your own. Tip number 5, the last tip that I cannot stress enough. Take breaks. I know that you've probably been told this throughout your whole burnout journey, but everyone says this for a reason. If you clicked on this, you probably are rushing yourself out of burnout and want to get back to being happily productive. But guess what? You can't get back to that state if you don't give yourself a break. And hey, a break doesn't always mean just relaxing and sleeping all day. Personally, I feel like crap after just laying around all day. A break can also mean doing something fun or learning something new without any pressure to do well. I've been learning how to cook lately, and I've been messing up a lot, but that's fine. You don't have to be perfect immediately. I messed up poached eggs. I think 7 individual poached eggs were meh in quality, but I've learned. Burnt pancakes, been there, done that. I guess if I were to boil everything I'm saying down, just be considerate of yourself and your mental health. Try not to pressure yourself and relax. This is the time where messing up is kind of expected. I know not all of these are feasible for certain people with certain kinds of peers or family in their life, but these are what has worked for me in my life. This is the time for self-discovery and improvement, and being burnt out impedes on that. Being burnt out in general impedes on happiness in general. So take time, relax, and try again. Wow, I'm so lame. Ah. What was it? Okay. Hello. I forgot to write down an outro, so I'm just gonna make one up on the spot. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's my first one that's like with the voiceover and stuff, and a speed paint, I guess. I'm planning on making more videos. I hope you'll see that. Um, the editing's a little janky because I'm trying to work stuff out right now. It's a little weird, but I found some things to improve on already. So for the next video, which I hope will go out soon, I don't really have a schedule here. Um, if you've made it all the way, you might as well go watch these other videos. Woo! Somewhere here, I don't know. Maybe it's a future video I haven't uploaded yet, or it's my old animatic things that I never finished. um, Anyway, be nice to yourselves, and also just take everything I said in this video with a grain of salt. Seriously, I'm a high school student. I don't know everything. If some of these things don't apply to you, they don't apply to you. But yeah, relax, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully.